Hi, my name is Stu McLaren, co-founder of WishlistProducts.com. In this video, I want to talk to you about an emerging trend that many smart, small business, medium-sized business, and even Fortune 500 companies are beginning to take advantage of. Why? Because this trend is resulting in bigger profits, more loyal customers, and more excitement about future products and services that they release. And in fact, I'm going to show you how this trend is personally responsible for me spending just over $80,000 with one single company during the last 5 years. Now, what is that product and what company did I spend that money with? I'm going to show you in this video, and I'm also going to show you examples of how this company has embraced this trend and really built, now here it is, a thriving community. Now, building a thriving community around your product, service, or brand is the trend, and this goes well beyond just a normal membership site. This is about building a loyal fan base and doing things inside of that community that create raving fans. And you'll see in this video just how one company has done that with me, and I have spent a lot of money with them over the last 4 or 5 years. So, through the magic of video, we're going to cut this tape, we're going to go outside, I'm going to show you what product and what company I've spent that money with, I'm going to share examples of what they've done to build this thriving community, and we're also going to show you examples of how other companies are doing it as well. Now for you, here's what I would advise. Watch, take notes, and listen for ideas that you can use with your product or service. Building a community is the future of where business is going, and I'm going to show you exactly how that plays to the bottom line and how that's going to boost your profits and help you maintain a much more loyal customer base. So, through the magic of video, let's head outside. You ready? Here we go. So what company have I spent just over $80,000 with over the last 5 years? Well, here it is. It's the Mini Cooper. Now, growing up, I was never a car guy. I didn't want a Porsche, a Lambo, didn't want a Beamer. I wanted a Mini Cooper. And over the last 5 years, I've bought 2 Mini Coopers. So why have they done such a great job of building a community? Well, let's go for a drive, and I'll talk to you about some of the things that they've done as a company to not only build a community, but to keep customers coming back again and again and again. So let's go for a drive, and let's talk about how they've built a community and how you can do the same around your product or service. Let's go. So let's go for a drive, and let's talk about why I've spent a lot of money with Mini over the last 5 years. Now, it all started back when I was a kid. My parents had one of the old Minis, and for some reason, I just fell in love with that car. Then when Mini, or now BMW, bought the old Mini company, came out with a new version, I was sold. I was in love. It was a modern version of what I've always wanted. Now, the reason that they've done a good job and the reason why I've now bought a second car with them is because they've built a community around their product or service. There's a unique image with the Mini, and it's unlike any other car that you really have ever been out there. It's a lot like, I would say, comparable to the Harley Davidson. You know, the way Harley has built a real community around their particular product. Mini's done the same thing. And last year, one of the unique experiences as a Mini owner that I had was participating in their 50th birthday. See, one of the things that Mini does a really good job of is bringing together other Mini owners so that we can share experiences. That's a key learning lesson. Anytime that you're looking to build a community, one of the things that you want to do is you want to bring people who have a shared interest together, and you want to be able to give them a unique experience together. So, how did Mini do this? Well, they were celebrating their 50th birthday. And one of the things that they did was they got all the dealerships in the area. So I live just south of Toronto. So we got all the dealerships in the Toronto and surrounding area together. And what we did was we had a Mini rally. So if you can imagine, I went to our I went to the dealership where I bought my Mini. And together with about, it was just over 100 other Mini owners, we drove, can you imagine, over 100 Minis driving down the highway where we went to downtown Toronto. Now, why were we going to downtown Toronto? Well, it was just a unique scene. If you can imagine all these minis driving down the highway, but then what was even more cool was as we were pulling into this certain place, there were literally hundreds and hundreds of other mini owners, because there were minis coming from all different directions, from all different dealerships, and we were there to celebrate Mini's 50th birthday. And so once you come inside, it's only minis only. There was only minis allowed inside this area. And we were there to celebrate the 50th birthday, and there were all kinds of festivities going on. There was concerts, there was games, and all kinds of giveaways and contests and things of that nature. But the coolest part was just seeing all of the other minis that were there. And like I said, there were literally hundreds and hundreds of minis. And then, as the night came and it got darker, guess what? We were all there to watch a movie, and can you guess what movie we were watching? You bet it. The Italian Job, with the minis, driving everywhere. It was awesome. We're all honking our horns as the minis are getting away. It was wicked. It was a really good time. Great experience and a great example of how a company brought together other, people, their customers who have a shared interest in their product or service, and gave them an experience, a real bonding experience. This is the type of thing that companies are starting to do more and more of. And as a result of that, they're really building loyal audiences. And this is something that you, as a small business owner or a medium-sized business or even a Fortune 500 company, can start doing more of. Now, here's the real trend that I really want to share with you. This is happening much more than just offline. This is happening online too. And with the emergence of Facebook, you're starting to see some real clear-cut examples of this, but it goes beyond that. And there are actually companies that are being built solely on the communities that they've built online. We're going to talk now about a company called Threadless and how they have built a company literally doing millions and millions of dollars thanks to a community. So let's cut the tape. We're going to go back, and I'm going to show you some examples of how Threadless has built their company by building first a thriving community. So we're back, and we were talking about offline companies that have built a community around their product, service, or brand. Now let's switch gears. Let's talk about online companies. The best example of that is a company called Threadless, and they create t-shirts. And yes, as you can probably guess, I am a part of that community too. Now, in June of 2008, Threadless was featured on the cover of Inc. magazine. And inside, they talk about how the company has grown so quickly over the time that it has been in existence. And in the year 2007, their estimated gross revenue was upwards of $30 million. $30 million! For what? T-shirts! And here's something even more staggering. Their growth rate was at 200% every single year. So you can only imagine what their revenue is right now. How has that been happening? Because of one important thing, a thriving community. Their community not only contributes new design ideas, they vote on the designs that they want to buy, plus they have memberships left, right, and center, and all kinds of other things going on inside of that community to really make it work. It's a thriving community, and it's a great example of how a business can be built on the foundation of a thriving community. The bottom line here is this. Business is changing with not only the web, with social media, but with the way that people interact with brands and products and services. And one of those most important ways is by building a community, bringing the people who love you and your product together. A couple key factors in that. Number one, your product has to be good. People are not going to rally around a bad product. Let's face it, there is not a thriving community of Hyundai accent enthusiasts. You know what I'm saying? Mini Cooper, though, does have one. Why? Because the product is very good. But just because you have a good product doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to have a thriving community. There are several key things that you need to do as a business owner to ensure that that happens. In the second video, we're going to talk about those key things. We'll show you exactly what to do to not only engage your customer base, but to also entice and interact with those customers to really build that thriving community. So if you see an opt-in form just over there, go ahead, put your name and email address, and we'll notify you when that video is ready. If you're watching this somewhere else, go to wishlistproducts.com www.wishlistproducts.com/video1. That's www.wishlistproducts.com/video1. And you can sign up for the notification, and we'll let you know when that second video is available. The key here is this: building a community is extremely important for the success of your product or service. And we want to show you in the second video how to do it and how to build a thriving community where people are coming back and they're raving fans about your product or service. So in the next video, we'll talk about that, and we look forward to talking to you soon. Take care.